Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be the next game from our best of 5 series between Petit Drogo and ShoWTimE. It is going to be on Runes of Seras, and of course spoilers are going to be coming very shortly, so don't forget to click that those links in the description if you're watching as a video on demand later on, of course, because these scores are about to be displayed. So the previous games are super worth watching. If you missed particularly the first one, you absolutely have to watch it. If you don't, then you're a criminal. Sorry. So let's move on to this one. uThermal, first player here on the bottom left hand side here, spawning as the red Terran. He's on Team 80 Gaming and from Netherlands. And his opponent is going to be ShoWTimE, spawning as the blue Protoss on the top right hand side here. And he is from Team Millenium and he's from Germany. So scores are about to be displayed, of course, so this is the reason I do not display them at the start, for those of you who are wondering, is because I want to avoid spoilers for people who are joining on the video on demand, because these are going to be uploaded separately, and I just want to avoid any spoilers and give people a chance. The scores are now going to be shown up, 2-0 in favour of uThermal. There you go, and of course in the video you are going to also be seeing the bracket of what exactly is going on. The tree bracket thingy. I don't even know what it's called. It's the results bracket. So let's see how this one goes. First attempt at scouting for ShoWTimE fails. Probably going to move on to the south and then find his opponent. Not going to be able to spot too much. I mean, there's probably going to be a block here by that point. Or maybe not. Not that there's that much to spot anyways. And looks like the expansion about to come down. Looks like one barracks into an expansion, which is quite standard. He might be doing the exact same thing as previously. Just going for a nice 1-1-1 build. Second gas on the way for ShoWTimE. So probably going to be starting off with something similar, like a Stargate or maybe a rowboat this time. But Stargate seems to be quite the, I would say, the number one thing that Protoss players go for right now. It just seems to be such a powerful and efficient harassment tactic. So uThermal, if you do, well, he's not really doing it now, but if he has to do it at least once more, some of that beautiful harassment that he did with the ghosts, that was so nice. I have to say, that was amazing. Looks like the factory about to complete. Looks like we've got a Twilight Council in position as well. Oh, okay. Cancelling the Twilight Council and putting up a Stargate instead. Okay. So goes for those flying units instead. And I wonder what triggered that. I don't think he's been inside his opponent's base. He's seen nothing other than reactor. There we go, we got a starport on the way, so it's a 1-1-1 Destiny Cloud Fist build. Rest in peace, Husky. And looks like it's going to be quite a standard game for him here. So the Stargate, of course, is just a natural response here. He doesn't want to get any sort of drops into his base, so potentially going to see Phoenixes out of this. But then again, the Oracle still makes more sense in terms of harassment. And there it goes. There is going to be a Cyclone ready for this Oracle, though. So not going to get a whole lot done with that. And these Marines, he's trying to do a similar thing to last time. Just bringing up a bunch of Marines and potentially a Cyclone as soon as it comes out. And essentially just steamroll his opponent. Just like he did last time. Looks like the expansion coming out here for ShoWTimE. So this is a third base that is on the way. Now, uThermal doesn't actually have his second base saturated yet, and ShoWTimE does, so this is going to be quite good for him. Once he gets this base up as well, he'll be in quite a good position to continue into his opponent's base and potentially even win the game. Poor little Cyclone getting warded off. Not going to be able to do a whole lot here. Phoenix is on the way also. Where is that Oracle? That is a good question. It is inside the natural here. Taking out 6 workers already. This has already paid for itself. Is he going to get another one? Does look like the energy is still there. It's got 20 energy left. Oh, not managing to do anything else. Does have 28 health, but 7 kills. So he's doing good in terms of how much resources he's taken out of his opponent. Let's see. Looks like we've got a forge going down. We've also got a Twilight console just complete now. So he did delay it, but he still brought it up. And let's see, so army supply is just slightly favoring uThermal, which of course is not a huge thing, but on the other hand, ShoWTimE. This is where the huge difference is right now. ShoWTimE has 61 workers as opposed to 39 on uThermal side. And this poor little Cyclone gonna get wrecked right now. Getting picked off. This Liberator also getting killed off. Looks like he got 1 kill before the units got brought away. I'm just denying a bit of mining time. And to be honest, if you can force your opponent to get rid of his mining for let's just say about a minute or so, then that actually pays for itself. That is already meaning that the Liberator has paid for what it's cost and is being quite effective. This Oracle is on the way back. Let's quickly follow around, see what it does. Don't attack the refinery. That doesn't make much sense. Resonating glaives have been complete. Level 1 weapons has been complete. So ShoWTimE is going to have a bit of a damage spike here with adepts in particular. Not doing anything with that though. He's got himself 13 adepts here. And making even more. So basically, if uThermal brings out a bunch of anti-adept units, such as I don't even know what he could do against that. Siege tanks, I suppose, and Marauders, then he could very easily take all of them out, because all he's got is those adepts. One Scout Marine doing the exact same thing as this adept is doing, just spotting for bases, hidden bases. Ooh, a lifted off siege tank. What is he going to do with that? I do wonder. Probably just be annoying. It's like the #1 calling of siege tank and medevac. Just be annoying. It's like, yeah, you think you're about to fire at me? No, you're not going to hit me, because I'm just like that. This is 4 adepts inside of a warp prison. Let's see what it does with that. Looks like level 2 weapons is on the way. Blink is on the way for stalkers. Stim about to complete also. This is going to be a big, huge spike boost, or attack boost for the Terran army. Oh no, these adepts. But then again, with the Phoenix backing him up, he's in quite a good position right now. Lifting off so many of these Marines. Oh my god, this is so good right now for ShoWTimE. Doing so well here, but unfortunately not quite enough. Does have a lot of Marines on uThermal side. And cleaning that up, but at the same time, how much did he lose for that? And he's lost, what, about 4 to 7 adepts, and there's a lot of Marines lost there. Sentries on the way for ShoWTimE. This one poor SCV's gonna get taken out. But he does spot out. He's given his life to essentially scout out what his opponent is doing. Or rather, yeah, what his opponent's army is doing. Looks like a scan going down here. Gonna see that this base is almost fully saturated at this point. And these Phoenixes, there's so much minerals invested into these. There's a total of 8 there. And unfortunately, he's just not making any use of them at this particular moment. Looks like we got psionic storms on the way. Which of course means that he is quite worried about a big marine army, which he should be. There's a lot of marines here. Let's see. Big marine army. I mean, that is a lot of marines. Let's have a quick look at the number. Looks like a total of 73 marines up for uThermal. That is a lot of marines to have. And that is what, a total of 6 siege tanks inside of medevacs. That is... I wonder, did they remove the ability for Thors to be lifted up? They're so funny when they're in their little fetal position being lifted off. I think it's hilarious. Gonna have to cancel that off. And this is a big push. Looks like there's another War Prism coming down here. Oh my god, that was huge! He basically got the status war down on those siege tanks. This army is now 100% split up. The siege tanks will not be able to do anything for a short amount of time, which means that either this Protoss army is going to take the Terran army straight on, or the Terran army is going to have to move away and sacrifice these siege tanks. Siege tanks are now going to be coming up, and at this point the Terran army definitely wants to engage because these siege tanks are going to be distracted, or rather destroyed. And oh my god, ShoWTimE with that ward, that pretty much won him this game right now. Honestly, I think that has won him the game. The adepts moving into this side as well, gonna do a bit of economic harassment, and wow, that ward has turned that fight so heavily around. Looks like we've got a Dark Shrine here as well. So potentially going to see some Dark Templars. Now this little High Templar floating on away doesn't have enough for the Psionic Storm yet. He needs about 15 more energy. 10 SCVs have been destroyed in total. And oh my god, his Archons against Marines. Archons are so good against Marines. It's just there's so many of them that they kill the Archon almost immediately. But there we go. The siege tank in the background, Marines in the front. This Protoss army though is much bigger. How is this one going to turn out? It does look like GG has been called, and ShoWTimE taking the first game, bringing himself onto the scoreboard with 2-1 in his favor. Wow, I have to say, those siege tanks. Wow. And that's pretty much it for game number 3, ShoWTimE with those status sword. Absolutely beautiful play there. It was, I suppose, quite lucky that uThermal put all of those siege tanks down all together. But then again, the status sword is there for a reason. So if you get it off and you manage to punish your opponent with that, then that is pretty good play right there. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Of course, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. I will see you guys in game number 4.